Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Rachel the Overcomer Branch, your budget and your finance guru. Well, hello. How are you doing today? Well, today is February the 4th, and we are in week five of the 90-day financial fast. And I want to know how you're doing. How are you doing on this financial fast? And just to recap, this financial fast is the first 90 days of 2026. We are not, we're fasting from one thing. That one thing that we know that we spend entirely too much money on, that's what we're fasting from. And as always, I share with mine. Mine is going out to eat. I am fasting from going out to eat. And what is this? This is February the 4th, and I have not gone out to eat, not one day. I've spent any money going out to eat, not one day of 2026. And for me, that's a miracle. And I am calculating how much money I am saving from not going out to eat. And I will share with you at the end of this 90-day fast, financial fast, how that turned out and how much money I ended up saving. And this financial fast is brought to you by Budget Breakers, of which I am the CEO, and also I Am Ministries, which is uh, Kamika McElrath. And we're doing this fast because we want to be good stewards over the money that we have. So, as promised, I'm giving you the weekly financial tip. This is week number 5. And the question that I have for you is debt stealing your future? Is debt stealing your future? I want you to ask that question to yourself. And so we're going to talk about debt here. We're going to talk about debt. And first of all, I want to talk about credit card debt. That's our primary what we're going to talk about today is credit card debt. And do you know that somewhere in the average of 20 to 23% is the interest rate, the annual interest rate on credit cards? Some are higher, some are lower, and it also depends on your credit. A lot of it depends on your credit, on what type of interest rate you will have on your card. So, and of course, there's some that are lower as well, but on average, it's going to be anywhere between 20 and 23%. So, what does that mean? So, I'll keep it in simple terms. Just say you have a credit card that has a 20% interest rate and you owe $1,000 on that credit card. That means that at the end of the year, you would have given that credit card company $200 just in interest. And to be honest, it's more likely going to be more because each and every day your card is the balance is being added, the interest is being added to your balance. So it's accumulating every single day. It's getting larger. The balance is getting larger every single day because of the interest on that credit card. So it is important to know what is your interest rate. Do you know? If you don't know what your interest rate on your credit card or credit cards, it would be good to find out so you can see exactly how much you're spending on there. And it's important, pay your minimal balances, you know, pay what's due on time. But if at all possible, it would be imperative because of that daily compounding interest to pay more than your minimum. Because at the end of the day, you want to reduce the amount of debt that you have. You want to become debt free. You want to pay off those cards. So paying more than is what's due is vitally important. And do you know the balances? Do you know what your balance is on your credit card? Or are we just charging? We're just swipe, 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 swipe. No, we need to have some self control and know what the balances that we owe on our credit cards. I find it interesting because I've talked to some clients and they don't want to, a lot of people don't want to know how much debt they're in or how much they owe. And I just find that fascinating, only because if we don't know what we owe, we don't know what type of financial situation we're in, how are we going to fix it? How are we going to change it? We should not fear, the where we are in our finances. But in fact, when we take control over it, that's when we begin to start the journey of healing in our finances. Yes, I said healing in our finances. So we can't fix what we avoid. So do not avoid looking at your credit card balances, looking at overall the debt that you owe in general, but be proactive in finding out what it is that you owe and how much, what the interest rate is on each one of your cards, and so that we can do a strategy to reduce or get rid of that debt. Okay? So a little fuss, but it's for your good. So I want to talk now about two types of debt strategies. One is called the snowball effect, and the other is called the avalanche effect. So let me share what those are. The snowball effect is just that. Um, you may have more than one credit card, right? And with different balances. So I'll keep it simple terms. 500, you have three credit cards, one for 500, one for 1,000, and one for 2,000. All right. So in the snowball effect, you're going to, no matter what the interest rate is, we're not looking at interest rate, we're looking at balance owed. We're going to take the lowest amount that's owed, which would be the 500. The other is 1,000 and 2,000. 500 is the lowest. And we're going to focus on paying off that $500 debt, credit card debt first. And once you pay that off, so that definitely means we're putting way more than minimal on that. We're attacking that debt first, that $500 debt. And once we pay that $500 debt, the amount of money, the minimum on, and even the additional money that we were paying on that $500 debt to get it paid in full, we're going to take all of that money and we're going to apply it towards the $1,000 debt. So that allows you to pay off your debt sooner. So you paid off the 500. Now you're going to apply your payments to the $1,000 and pay off that debt quicker. And then once that $1,000 debt is paid in full, then you're going to allocate all of that money towards the $2,000 debt. This is a great strategy because you get to see your results quicker. And it's motivating to say, okay, I paid off a debt. I paid off a credit card and I don't owe that anymore. And I will advise you, do not close out that credit card. Keep it open. You can cut up the card if you don't have the discipline, but keep the account open because that actually works towards your credit because you have that credit history there. Okay, so that's the example of the snowball effect. Now, the avalanche effect is different. It's actually looking at your interest rate. So it's going to attack the highest interest rate credit card that you have, no matter what the balance is, but it's going to attack that bill first. Now it's doing that. The avalanche effects allows it basically allows you to save more money on the long run because you're not paying so much um, on that high interest rate debt. It's not accumulating as much interest as it would if you paid off the lower interest rate debt first. So you're attacking that high interest rate debt first and paying it off, even if it has a higher balance. Overall, it's going to save you money and interest. So you're doing that. And then after you've paid off that debt with the highest interest rate, then you go to the next card that has the next highest rate. and then you pay that one off. Now, this is beneficial again because you're paying off the debt quicker as far as the interest rate. You save, excuse me, you're not paying off the debt, but you're saving money on the interest overall. So that is the reward of doing the avalanche effect versus the snowball effect. So you don't see the momentum of the snowball paying off a debt and then paying off another debt. No, it's a little um, more strategic, but it saves you money in the long run. So my question to you, which debt elimination plan do you would be more beneficial to you? Would it be the snowball or the avalanche effect? Either one is fine. It's a preference. It's a preference. And I would like to say that no matter what, consistency is key. No matter which one you choose, consistency is what we're looking for. We want to make sure that you're being consistent, you're being diligent, and paying off your bills quicker. Okay? So those are the debt strategies that I have for this week, the financial tip of the week. And if you are in need of any assistance with any of your financial needs, that would be me, 21 plus years of financial analyst. You can hit me up on Budget Breakers, www.budgetbreakers.com, and I will be happy to assist you in your financial needs. We'll get a consultation, schedule a consultation, and we'll get you on the road to being debt free. God bless. That was good.